Good morning from Exton, Pennsylvania, Collegium Charter School. I am in a proper dressing room and I am in a beautiful auditorium, and I am dedicating this performance of A Revolution of Her Own about Deborah Sampson, the soldier who fought in the American Revolution disguised as a man, and it is dedicated to Aurora Vander Bosch, who died last year from a very aggressive turbo cancer. I posted some photos from a shoot that I did with Aurora probably 15 years ago or so. On Monday, she specialized in ethereal, sort of Renaissance-inspired portraitry. If portraitry is not a word, portraiture. Portraitry I like better. I've made it a word. Regular old William Shakespeare over here. So this is a state-of-the-art facility, performing arts facility. I'm very excited to be here. I am giving you sort of a behind-the-scenes look as I very quickly get into costume, because any of you know the performing arts, it's like, thank you to, and you're like just getting your clothing on. Thank you to means the stage manager has told you you've got 2 minutes to curtain. And so you always want to make sure the stage manager knows that you've heard them. So you respond, thank you, and then whatever the number that they said is, so that they know you know that you've got to be on in that amount of time. I'm wiping myself down with some skin prep. And I think the person who told me about this was like Davern Monroe. So give a shout out to Davern for teaching me about this, because I sweat a lot during my shows and the microphone was coming off. So I've got my Bluetooth microphone here, actually disconnected from the receiver. So fortunately, I will be able to access the receiver backstage and sync that back up before I go on. And now I'm going to tape this onto my face. Using the mirror is actually a lot smarter than using the phone. It's amazing how much these products, these are the adhesives that they use to hold on IVs, and it's amazing how much they differ in quality depending on the brand. So you really understand sometimes those hospital dramas. You see them saying, I don't want to, like The Resident in particular, I loved it, I used to watch that, and until I finished it all up, and they had a lot of episodes where they were dealing with subpar products, and you really see just with like using these adhesives how different quality is. I just got these, they're so much better than the ones I've used before. Astermed, so I definitely recommend these, they do not come off. Okay, so that's on there. I'm all tied up here. I'm wearing a binder because as much as I would love to have literally no chest, female chest area, I do. And so it's a little easier to have a proper shape when you've got the binder on. Not a proper shape, but a shape that would have, convinced folks that I am a boy. All right. I hear some kiddos. Gonna be about 140, 150 fourth graders today. I'm very excited. It's my favorite grade. Third grade is a little young, so you can get a little scared during the battle scene. Fifth grade, we sort of start to develop that I'm too cool for history. But fourth is where the magic happens. Okay, I've got my stockings. So this is a chemise or a shift. And my stockings on. Lovely night. I love putting on nice new stockings because it's so soft. It's just like, And honestly, like these are cotton, and cotton was not actually this soft in the 18th century. Not really until the cotton gin started getting all the seeds out and refining it. My buckle, my garter to keep my stockings up. So it's kind of not historically accurate to put on a cotton stocking and say, oh, it's so soft. Usually it would have been silk or wool. Must stays, so that they stays because they stay in place. They make your gown stay in place. And they prevent like wrinkles and creases in the gown because it sort of gives you like a conical kind of shape. Very different from corsets of the 19th century, which were really like aiming for that cinched waist, hourglass kind of shape. But these still should be very like form-fitting. These stays were made for me. I have a hard time with like stock size stays because I have a very short torso. Can hear the kids. That means I gotta hurry up. Hurry up. The bum roll. You see it on each side. If you needed a little cushion for the pushing, so to speak, you might use a rump roll, hip rolls if you had a big rear end, but you didn't have too much going by way of hips, or if you're kind of boxy all around like me, boxy meaning athletically built, then the bum roll kind of does the whole shebang there. See? Bum roll was meant to accentuate the hips because, you know, one of the highest cause of death for women was childbearing. So when you were seeking a mate, a woman who had wider hips was more attractive to a man than the size of her breasts. So it was very important to show that you were going to survive childbearing. I think we're gonna have a great show today. I think we're at the precipice of something big. I feel it in the air. I'm so speechless right now. Like, I just had 150 or so fourth grade students yelling that they love me. I love you, I love you. I think I just gave high fives to like 50 people asking for photos, and oh God, like I finished the show today, and on the last line, literally the last line of the show, it's very big, it's very powerful, and all of the lights in the auditorium flickered. Nobody was in the lighting booth. All of the lights just started flashing. This is like the fourth time something like this has happened when I'm portraying Deborah Sampson, the lights flickering. And like, I just feel something today, you know? Anyway.